Yeah, how you guys doing? I'm out on my front porch. So I was just thinking, I want to philosophize a little bit. I was just thinking about money and wealth. And I was just thinking, it hit me, no matter how much you have, you give it all up when you die. So no matter what, all you're really doing is borrowing money. You can't take it with you. So in some sense, you really don't have it now. You're just borrowing it while you're here, which isn't really a big leg to stand on as far as what you were put here for, what you're doing here on Earth. If all you're doing on Earth is amassing a bunch of money that you're going to give up when you die anyway, it sounds like circular reasoning and treadmill logic, and it sounds like something's not really thought out clearly there. Just be happy with what you have and live each day and enjoy your life and make an imprint of, so when you're gone, you made an imprint on the world. That's all you can, at least for me, that's all I can think of trying to do. And in that sense, I have to give some credit at least to the Book of Mormon and the Bible to some degree. I was reading 3 Nephi 13, and Jesus was actually saying, store not up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust corrupt, but store yourselves treasures in heaven where moth and rust do not corrupt, and thieves do not break through and steal. Well, I don't know about storing it in heaven, but at least I'm not trying to store all I can on earth either. I'm not trying to make the biggest mansion to give up when I die, or the fastest car to give up when I die, or the biggest house to have broken in anyway. And in fact, that 3 Nephi 13 also says, take no thought for what you eat or drink, or what you shall wear, because, first of all, your life is more important than eating and drinking, and your body is more important than what you put on it. So, if you think about what you're going to eat and what you're going to wear to the neglect of your body and who you are, then that's also illogic to me. So there's another, if you're worried about eating and drinking and clothing yourself, you're really not enjoying your eating and drinking and clothing while you have it. And to me, it's making a digital imprint, which means I did something for the world and enjoying my life. And if I'm sitting around, the 13 also says, who by taking thought can add a single cubit to his stature? Of course, height is not literal, it's figurative. To make yourself taller would in this context mean getting a bigger house, getting more money, getting another boat. Oops. Oh, the whole thing's precarious there. My phone fell. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah, worrying about, taking all this thought and worrying about things that are temporal, that they don't mean don't help you enjoy your life while you have it, are also illogic to me. And so just a thought I had there. I have Asperger's syndrome a little bit, so sometimes things don't hit me the way other people. They hit me deeper, but it takes me longer to get it. Something will hit me later down the road, but someone else would have got it right off the bat. But I get it on a deeper level than maybe that person. I'm not trying to get the most money. I'm not trying to get the biggest house or car. It's nice that I have a house, but if that's all I think about, then I'm putting the house before myself. And nobody would really consciously do that, I don't think, unless they're crazy or a masochist. Don't burn me, but don't burn my house. Wrong. Burn my house, not me. So putting your body and your life ahead of what you eat, drink, and wear is actually smart advice. It's found in 3 Nephi 13. Doesn't mean I'm that suddenly I'm a Mormon now, but I see truth in what I'm reading, and I call truth as I see it. You guys know that about me. If I see something that's true, that's just what you're going to get. That's what I'm going to say. You're not going to get what I wish were true or what I hope is true. You're going to get what I feel is true. So there's good energy there. There's good energy. But I've read 3 Nephi 11, 12, and 13. So not telling you to, but there's some truth there. And the way Jesus was acted, the way he was humble, even though he was great, that's a lot to learn there. I don't care how good of a guitarist I become or how rich I become. I need to stay humble. And in fact, I've made vows to myself that I will, or to the universe. I've made vows that if I get rich or whatever, I'm not going to let it go to my head. And that means each step along the way, not letting it go to my head, just realizing that, oh well, that's cool. But I can use my success to help others and have a good life and enjoy my life. But that should not be at the expense of becoming arrogant about it. That's not I'm going to try to stay humble like that, and I want to also, no matter how successful I become, I want to give the power back to you fans. I did this with your help, and you guys can do it too on your own way. If you make up your mind to do it and you're called to do it, you can do what I did too. And not only that, you helped me get where I'm going because you watch my videos and were my fans and are my fans. So that's actual love there. It's enough love to keep me living each day. Because you guys all know that I have contemplated suicide in my life. I'm not contemplating it right now, but I know I have a history of that. So you guys help me stay far away from that line. Not that I'm at the line. I'm just telling you that I have been there. That's another reason I'm not afraid to die. Yeah, and that's another reason I live so fervently, because I'm not afraid to die. If you're not afraid to die, you can live more. You can live better. The Matter said that, and he's right. If you're afraid to die, you're afraid to live, and you're not going to live right. You're not going to enjoy your life. I've already faced death multiple ways in multiple contexts. So when a car charges me to feed chicken, I just stand there. First of all, he doesn't know whether I want to live or not. Second of all, for all he knows, I don't want to live. And third of all, he's got to hit me because I'm pretty quick. So screw him. I just stand there. I haven't been hit yet, but whatever. I had a car go by me, missed me by a foot. It was going about 90, 95 miles an hour. It missed me by that much. That's a line from Saturday Night Live. But I shook it off pretty quickly. I just went, oh, well, I got a story to tell now. What does he have? A fast car that almost killed somebody with? Anyway, love you guys. Peace, love, and rock and roll.